Welcome to episode something of Ask Someone. I'm somebody. Let's jump in. I always have great intentions, Eric, of making music videos for every song, and End of an Empire was no different. I kind of came out of the gate saying, I want to make a music video for every song on this album. So far, so I won't make any promises, but yes, you better see a video for something off End of an Empire or it's time for me to retire.
Hello, Celldweller. I am Klayton. For this largely mystery, I have watched your videos of Ask Celldweller, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to test out updated communication systems for participating in Ask Celldweller and asking you a question. I was wondering if you would call a partnership which galaxy, nebula, or whatever other location would you wish to go to and explore, and why? Thank you, Celldweller.
Thank you for your transmission. It has been received fully intact. This last week, a new photo, an updated photo from the Hubble telescope of the Eagle Nebula has been released. So that's been on my brain. 6,500 light years away is a long distance to travel, but if I could go there right now, I'd love to dig in a little deeper and see what that galaxy holds.
Hey Klayton, it's Anthony, and since you are indeed Celldweller, my question for you is, in Heart On, what made you decide to drop the... Was it Harold? Is he a bad influence? Thank you.
That's a good question, Anthony, and fortunately for me, nothing really makes me do anything. I just do what I do, but in this case, there was some things that were a little more out of my control. I don't know if you know this, but I do own my very own F-bomb. So I was going to insert into the song, in place of that, other words like and. So I try not to overuse the word because, like anything else, you use something too much and then it becomes very boring and there's no impact when you do use it. But I really just try to curb how much I use that word. Did you see the last segment? I hope not.
Hello, Klayton. My name is Liam Stillwell. I'm an aspiring artist and musician who seeks both information and advice from the legendary prodigy of rock music, electronic music, and dubstep music, and well, I could go on all day, Celldweller. So this first question is sort of an advice question. When I'm composing, I constantly find myself in a rut where I feel like I'm composing the same thing over and over again, except in a slightly different way. How do you work around those situations where you just can't seem to come up with something fresh and original, yet you somehow work around it and create some such vibrant, lively, and creative music?
Okay, Liam, what I do in those scenarios is I stand in front of my console and I face the back wall of my studio. And then I run as fast as I can, face first into the wall. When I wake up after being unconscious for a little bit, I write out the first thing that I can, that comes to my mind. 98.7% of the times that doesn't work, I just end up in the hospital. So I would recommend that you don't do that. After that scenario, which is what I do occasionally, is I will just listen to something else and I'll pick up an instrument like a guitar or a keyboard and I'll kind of figure out what progressions they're using or what melodies. And then that kind of joggles something in my brain and go, oh, I keep defaulting to this. I never thought about combining chords or melodies in this way. I'd never done that before. Another thing you can do is use a completely different instrument than you normally would. Sometimes an instrument that you may not even be comfortable playing.
So my second question is that I've noticed that a lot of other artists have had multiple, actually all artists, have had multiple influences for their work so that they won't seem one-dimensional. And I know that human emotions and moral values have had definite roles in your songs, but I was wondering what other types of mainstream media has influenced your music, like TV shows, art, etc. Like some from today, some from ages ago.
Answer number 2. I have always associated audio with visuals. So visual medium is a big part of how I hear and create audio. So I can see a movie, I can see a TV show, I can see visual art, I can do research on, let's say, NASA's website and find new discoveries in space, and these things translate to just music. They translate to audio things that I hear in my head, and then that inspires me to try to dig it through my gear or in the computer to find that sound and create it.
And my third question is that I've noticed that a lot of your best songs have been songs in which you corresponded with other artists. So when you want or have to correspond with another artist in the production of an album, what is that like? What is the process? Like, how did you and Blue Stally meet and become such an awesome team? That was kind of a fourth question.
The process is completely random. There are people I've collaborated with. For instance, Ogre from Skinny Puppy was on a track, Dead Rising, for the Dead Rising 2 theme song that I wrote, Kill the Sound, with Alexa from Blue Castle. I never met Ogre. We just did everything virtually. It was all just kind of via the internet. So there are times like that, and then there are times you get in the same room with a person and there is an energy there that you capture. There's really no right or wrong, and in today's technological age, anything goes. I spent a good half an hour before recording to polish up my F-bomb. Well, Oliver, nothing. You may be the only person who actually noticed that they even went away, but I kind of was getting to the end of what I felt were my good demos. I have a lot more, but based on what I had left and based on the reactions to what I was uploading, I figured it was time to just let that die. So one of the things I did to replace the demo vault is to put new music and new sonic creations in its place. And I've started releasing my Transmission series. Volume 1 is available right now. So these are sonic explorations, usually with hardware, modular synths, analog synths, guitars, live instruments. And I'm creating sonic soundscapes and putting them out there for you guys to enjoy, and hopefully you do.
My name is Leonardo Gronafong. I'm a big fan of you and I come from Indonesia. Today I want to ask you, why did you choose electronic rock instead of dubstep or something like that, trance, electro music or dance? I think there are not so many people know about the electronic rock, but I think it's an awesome genre and absolutely like it, especially your music that you made called Birthright and The End of an Empire and Blackstar. I love every music that you made, and I knew your music from the first People's Wanted. Oh my god, that's an awesome music I ever heard. Alright, I really wanted to hear your answer. Thank you very much before, my friend. Love you. You're awesome.
Thank you, Leonardo, for submitting your video all the way from Indonesia. The internet is a great thing, isn't it? I'm glad you found me through Need for Speed Most Wanted and that you've stuck around. And I don't really think about a genre when I make music, so I don't even really consider myself electronic rock. I don't really know what I consider myself. I just consider myself a musician, and I make whatever comes out. Fortunately, I do fit into some categories, so it makes it easier for people to kind of describe it to other people, but I think I fit into more than just one category because I'm musically schizophrenic and I can't ever make up my mind on what I want to do musically. So I'll just keep making whatever I make, and hopefully you keep liking it, and then we'll all be good. That's a good question, Oleg. I don't know, because I don't really make one style of music or another. So if you stick around for a little longer with End of an Empire, you may hear some trance elements in some songs, but I can't make you any promises. But stay tuned. Thank you for watching episode 20, aka episode something of Ask Celldweller. As always, like this video, subscribe to my channel, share the video. I want to hear your questions, so you can do that in two ways. You can post your question below in the comments, or you can hit this link in the moon and submit your video question. Also remember, I most recently released End of an Empire Chapter 2, which is Love. It's available now. And a full album of sonic explorations called Transmissions Volume 1. Go get them. Until next time, this is Klayton signing off.